Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Orcs Must Die with a boy named Shue, proving that the only thing standing between you and a giant green-skinned monstrosity is a war mage with the IQ of a bowling pin. We're gonna hop right back in where we left off, and we are going to take on the corner. Now, if you'll recall, we do have one upgrade. We did upgrade our arrow wall, so we have a longer range. So let's go ahead and get started. It looks like the new trap that we get is the boom barrel, which is a fairly inexpensive trap with a nice payload, but they do cost a certain amount to use them.
Break through the doors. We should do something about that.
And we're still dealing with levels that only have one entrance and one, I guess, target or rift or whatever you'd like to call it that the orcs will be running to. And I'm going to be doing that every single time probably. So they come down here and around the corner. So now we know where the name of the level comes from. So let's go ahead and open up our book, and I'm going to switch things up every now and again. Different traps, different loads, things we can do. So since we got the boom barrel, let's go ahead and use it. And we've got 2 more slots. So let's pick the tar and the arrow wall. The tar will slow them down as the arrow walls pick them up, and then we can shoot the boom barrels for a little extra oomph, I guess is the word you want to use. We don't have any ceiling traps yet that are effective. The shock zapper isn't particularly good dealing with orcs in my experience, so we're going to go ahead and set ourselves up just a little bit ahead. So let's get us an arrow wall right here. The less room between the orcs and the traps, the less time we have to wait. And we'll put down a barrel and let's get started. Basically, what I'm hoping to do here as we go through each level is to try to change things up, try to change the traps that we do. I am going to be shooting for 5 skull on every level if I can manage it. Mostly because I'm a perfectionist as much as because I want to be able to, dealing with lower, they got past me. Dealing with levels where I don't get a 5 skulls means probably having to go back and retake the level to, for the perfectionist in me, going to want to get it fixed up and, to do better at it, I guess is the right way to say it. The other thing is that, there are other YouTubers out there who are a lot more skilled than I am at this particular game. One that comes to mind, or, well, 2 that actually come to mind are Fried Egg and Nananea, who play it over on the, I think it's the Sweaty Pixels channel, I think that's what they call it. So, I mean, they've played this game and the sequel forward and backward, and all sorts of challenge levels and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not really so much looking to compete when it comes to, the time attacks and the dealing with, high scores and all that sort of stuff. But just because I'm super picky when it comes to that sort of thing, it would be nice to be able to get as high a score as possible for every level. Now, you may have noticed on the last wave we've got our new enemies out, which are the crossbow orcs, which are almost, I would almost say they're more bothersome than the runners because, oops, keep blowing them up, because they can, obviously hit from range. So, they were hitting me while I was standing all the way back here. They were still shooting at me, so. Something I haven't mentioned so much before are the combo points, which you may have seen with the, as I can catch orcs in more traps, and the boom barrels do count as traps, then as I manage that, my score goes up and I get more per kill. So that's, they're not even going to get back here for some of these environmental hazards like the boiling acid and the chandelier back here. I'm basically going to try and catch them as close to the entrance as possible, because if I can pull that off, then it becomes becomes less of a worrying about time. Whoop, they got past me. They almost got past me, that's what I meant to say. So I keep backing up as they get past the traps. These first early levels are pretty much a lather, rinse, repeat kind of endeavor, so I'm basically working on that. Whoop. Oh, I can't do that yet, but I can grab them with that barrel. The thing I don't like is that the arrow traps actually will explode the barrel if you're not careful, so no real way to control that. What are we on? Wave 4 of 5, so there should be one more rest before we get all the way to the end. Oh, that was a good one. Well, go ahead and grab that health potion. See if I can catch the crossbows with that. I did. Or most of them anyway. A couple of headshots here, which I'm capable of hitting. And there we go. No, that's pretty pointless. Let's just throw out 2 more arrows. That should do it. Alright, we're almost out of the woods. They have a pretty decent range from that far. That's always annoying, but nah, what can you do? Oh, that didn't hit anybody. That was pretty much a waste. Still going. Oh, we finally figured out they were shooting at him. Oh. Well, you can see just how smart our protagonist is, and can't we? We're gonna get swarmed here right at the end. Oh, there. Oh my. Oh, let's see if we can run up and grab that before we die. We did.
This won't hurt a bit.
Got one more.
Good times.
I'm sure there has to be something a little more creative with these barrels than just throwing them up and shooting them 5 seconds later, but it appears to be the most I can do with them at the moment. Mostly because I'm so limited in the traps I've got. Oh, I got a good amount of them. We got a lot of crossbows, so... And that got them all. Let's see our eyebrow here in a second. There we go. And let's look at our time. I'm going to be looking at the time completed pretty much for every level to see how close we get, because that's really the only measurement you've got in the first game. Okay, we beat it by 40 seconds. That's a decent amount. We're probably going to be pushing close to the completion time for a bunch of these first introductory levels. But that's going to call it for this episode. Let's go ahead and see what our next level is. And it looks like our next level will be the baths. And we are going to start collecting towards our next upgrade, which will probably take us another couple levels. So I'm a boy named Shue. This has been Orcs Must Die, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.